Raid Finder, I'm talking about normal mode.
Well, Raid Finder is the equivalent of story mode.
Right, and then
It's
hard
just
mode is the equivalent to normal
they
mode? Is that
haven't
what you're
released.
saying?
Yeah, and they haven't released Nightmare mode, which is equivalent to heroic.
Okay, alright. Then I will acquiesce.
That's the only reason why it feels so lame, is because they haven't released Nightmare mode. If there were 3 tiers, story mode being easy would be fun.
Right. Okay, Brady, for this, you have a couple of jobs to do here. First off, Dex is going to start like we did on the first boss here. This is basically just a tank and spank, more like a tank and drag and spank, pretty much. You're going to be taunting off of Dex when he's basically going to switch targets automatically when you see him drop target. If you have target of target turned on, which you should. Dex is going to glow all white and electricity everywhere. You need to taunt off of him. He's going to run to the blue circle. You'll see a blue circle form, and then after a second or two, it'll turn into like a little electric spark on the ground. And if anybody stands in that spark, it'll do damage to them. Until Kephess puts that spark on the actual tank that he's got aggro on, then the tank goes into that spark and absorbs it, and then it goes away. Much like Doom on the Dreadguard fight, where you run into the green circle. You'll have to do that several times in phase 1. It'll switch off of you and Dex. As you tank it, he'll put the sparks on you, Dex will taunt, you'll run into the blue spark, get rid of it on the ground, go back, start hitting him, wait till Dex gets it, taunt off, so on and so forth. You just rinse, repeat that. Throughout the first phase, he'll put this like tether, this electric tether. If you look at Syzyx right now, I got the gun on my head, over here, this pillar, this has like an electric beam in it. You see the electric beam? He'll tether himself to that. Like there'll be a spark that comes off his back, and it'll attach itself to one of these pillars in the room. There's 6 pillars for the first phase. It'll attach itself to that. You want to kind of drag it. If it's on that pillar that I was just at, you want to kind of drag him to be about right here, this far away from the pillar, abouts. And then he'll target somebody, and whoever he targets, it'll say targets Necrez for laser beam. If Necrez doesn't run underneath the tether, puts himself in between Kephess and the pillar, then the pillar, what's supposed to happen is the pillar's supposed to fall down. He hits it with his laser beam, it falls down and knocks him down. In hard mode, that's a must-have mechanic. It's a very must-do. You don't really need to do it for this because he is supposed to get a vulnerability debuff, but he doesn't in story mode for this particular phase. So, blah 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 blah, laser beam, knocks him down, done. He'll continue to do the sparky crap. He'll tether himself to a new pillar, move him near the next pillar, wait for the laser beam, get out of the way of the laser beam, get him and drag him to the next one. Just do that for all of phase 1. Phase 1 switches to phase 2 at 50%. He'll jump into the center of the room, and these big old walls will pop up out of the ground and kind of move really slowly outward in a circular pattern. It's really easy to avoid. Don't get hit by the wall. And then pick him up. And then this phase is much like the first phase, only he puts these debuffs called corrupted nanites on people. In story mode, this mechanic is obviously not very crucial, but what's supposed to happen is corrupted nanite people run next to the pillar. They click on the pillar because they're interactable now, whoever has nanites, and then the nanites get channeled away, basically in the pillar, and then if you break your cast, if you move while you're channeling and you break the cast, the pillar will fall. And if Kephess is near that pillar, then it'll hit him and he'll get vulnerable to damage. Lots of damage will happen to him. In this phase, he'll also do an ability where he jumps from the ground. The place where he jumps will be a blue circle. The blue circle will grow and grow and grow a little bit until it reaches its peak diameter, which is like, 20 meters of distance in diameter. And then the red circle will form underneath a particular player, and that player is going to be who he jumps on, just like in EC hard mode if you've done that before. It's the same kind of thing, only he leaves a blue circle here. And the thought here is, tanks, you guys are going to kind of tank him in the middle of the room, pretty much, or near the pillar that we're going to use for corrupted nanites. And as he jumps, the blue circle will form here. That way the pillar will be relatively safe. Bring him with the red circle towards the pillar. He'll stomp down, people will start channeling, we'll break the channel, the nanites will go away, it'll break the pillar, it'll make Kephess vulnerable to damage, we'll DPS him, and we'll rinse repeat that through all of the second phase. And then the third phase will trigger at around 11%, 11 or 12%, where he'll be stationary and he'll just start shooting these rockets out of his back. Small circles will appear on the ground. Don't stand in the small circles. It happens very quickly. You have to kind of move almost constantly and watch your step. In 16-man melee range, I can only imagine how much of a pain in the ass this is going to be, so I'm kind of excited to see it. It's going to be funny. And that's basically the whole fight. It's pretty simple. Just listen to what I'm telling you in the raid and event, and you'll figure it out pretty quickly. It's going to be easy on story mode. Any questions?
Alright.
Just make sure if you get targeted for laser beam, anybody, you put yourself in between the pillar and Kephess. Alright? Don't fuck up laser beam. That's a mechanic that's like stupid
Crucial to this
101
fight.
raid
Yeah.
mechanic. It's not necessary to kill him, obviously, since you guys did it without breaking a pillar, but I'd like people to execute proper mechanics in this story mode.
I think we might have
Just so
broke
we know
one or
who's-
two.
Yeah,
just
we
so
broke
know
one or
who's,
two, but the rest.
Okay. In hard mode
Yeah,
mechanics,
I don't know if
there's
you can
plenty more
kill him
mechanics,
without
but this is
breaking
one of
it.
the easier fights in the instance, though, even on hard mode. So I wouldn't worry too much about it. Just remember when to taunt off. That's your charge for this, and know where to take him. You'll see the pillar that he's attached to. Bring him near the pillar. You don't have to bring him. I don't want you to bring him right up on the fucking pillar. I don't want you to bring him so he's making out with the pillar. That's too close. You know, you can be this far away from the pillar where I'm standing, and still be able to break it. Okay, it doesn't have to be very close. All right.
Alright.
We ready?
Yeah, let's do this.
Pulling in 3, 2, 1.
If you see you can see the blue circle right now. There's the charge. Get ready for Dex to get it.
That's a
There it is. Taunt it.
Taunt.
Taunt it. Taunt it. Taunt it. There you go. Now just bring him to this pillar that he's attached to. You can see it right now. That's, yeah. Yep, that's pretty close. That's perfect. That's perfect. Now run to the blue spark on the ground. Run to that spark on the ground.
Tudley
Get in between the. Tudley, get underneath the tether there. Alright, you weren't listening to my explanation, obviously.
Looks like it fell.
It's weird, it's still broke. It's odd.
Yeah, he was too far away.
Tuska. Wow.
Taunt it. Somebody taunt it.
Did I not get a dispel?
You had the sparky deal, I think. Ares, underneath the laser beam. There you go. Good job.
He's got a healer.
There you go. Perfect. That's what's supposed to happen. That's how it's supposed to work. Don't stand in the blue
Taunt him,
circle,
Brady.
guys. Just keep him right there. That's perfectly fine where he's at.
Okay, derp. Sparky shit.
Sweet.
Sparky shit. Get rid of your sparky shit, Bradia. You got this.
Thunder
you got this
gets
shit.
output.
Bradia, go run into that. Alright, there you go.
That's good though.
Thunder.
Get underneath
Wanna be-
the tether, dude. Okay. Alright, okay. That was it.
Over here.
On which side?
Other
Move
side.
him over to the other
There's
side.
be in
other
between the
side,
boss and
Dex.
the pillar.
In between the boss and the pillar that's got the lightning coming out of it.
Dex, move him over here, please. Move him over here, please, Dex. Run. Sprint. Do your thing. And Brady a taunt.
Radia.
Alright, that's too far. Get out of the laser beam, please.
Leviticus.
Don't stand in the laser beam, guys. You're gonna get hit by it. If it's not on you, you can still be in the way of it. Alright, phase 2 is coming up right now.
Did the pillar not fall?
No, he was too far away. Get out of the red.
Watch for circles, brother.
nanites. Let me know who gets nanites here. And Dex, just bring him near a pillar that's interactable, okay? Or not near, but take him in the middle, okay? Don't bring him next to the pillar yet.
Sunuka says nanite.
Okay, get to this pillar then. There's Snukas. If you have nanites, you should have a little circle on your head. Who is that? Okay, Bradia,
I have
come
it.
over here. Brady, come over here. Come over here to this pillar. Wait for the next jump. There's the jump. Get on the pillar, guys. Get to the pillar. Get to the pillar. Start channeling. Start channeling. Start channeling. Break it. Break it.
Break it.
Break it.
Break.
Alright, I guess it wasn't close enough.
He wasn't close enough.
Here on this phase, we want to bring him right next to the pillar. For this, I guess we'll bring him right next to it, being really close. Nanite people, go to this pillar. Wait for the next jump though. Tuska, you have nanites too.
Yep.
Wait for the next jump
On
and
my
then
way.
bring him to the pillar. Don't channel yet. Don't channel yet. Okay. Start channeling. Bring him next to it. Right next to it. Start channeling. Start channel. Channel. Break your channel. Break your channel. Break your channel. There you go.
There you go. Now he's on the ground. That's how that shit's supposed to work.
And he's vulnerable to damage now too, so he gets hit a lot harder. That's what we want. Get out of that blue. Bring him next to this pillar over here. Let's use this pillar over here. Nanite people, come next to the pillar. Wait for the next jump. Don't bring him there yet, Dex. Not yet, Dex. Not yet, Dex. Get him away. Okay. Nanite people, get on the pillar, please. Over here. Over here, please. Nanite people, if you have a circle in your head. That's, wait for the next jump.
Someone's channeling. Who's channeling?
It's okay. It's alright. Keep channeling. It's okay. Works. Nanites, bring him next to this pillar. Next jump. Nanite people, get next to the pillar, please. Nanite people, you have a circle on your head. Get next to the pillar. Start channeling. Start channeling now.
I got number.
Bring him over, Dex. Bring him over, Dex. Come on. Let's go. Turn and run. Break your channel. Break your channel. Break your channel.
Move.
Break your channel. There we go. No DPS.
You just got, yeah, breaking the channel causes the topple.
Okay, we're gonna get into
I got
phase 3 here
nanites. Bring him to
now.
this pillar.
No, it's okay. We're in phase 3 now. Just spread out. Spread out.
Can we clear nanites?
No, you don't really need to. Just use the defensive cooldown. It's not gonna kill you. You can if you want to. If you have nanites, you can go ahead and clear them.
Oh, I died.
No, Raiju.
I blame Tuska.
It is so hard to see in melee range with all that
Yeah, I
shit
bet.
at your feet.
Yeah, it is.
Oh my god, I'm so dead.
That's why I didn't notice the sparky shit.
Me too.
All our healers.
Where's
man.
the Prad for us?
You're
already
only down
popped
2
it.
healers.
Yeah, that phase is always a pain in the butt. Hits hard and it's almost impossible to avoid damage there.
I tried to get a heal off. That's what it was.
I am completely zoomed out. Fuck first person. Still hard to see though with all the shit at your feet. Especially lightning, god.
That's why I was
Sorry,
throwing
it's my
that
bread
so
and butter.
far up.
Alright, this guy's actually got black hole, so kind of useful for more people.
Yeah, I noticed they
It's not a-
changed that in one of
it's
the
not a
last
bad,
patches.
Actually, that black hole annihilator is the one I want. Actually, I need that bad. That's the best in slot for us.
But it's black hole and not hazmat.
Oh well, it's I don't think I'm gonna get a hazmat drop for that anytime soon either. It's better than what I have now. So
Shit.
that's
It's only
campaign
like a
best in
2 or
slot.
3 stat difference either way between black hole and hazmat.
Yeah, hazmat will be 5 more aim and like 6 more power.
I'm just saying it's not best in slot.
You're right. You're right. It's not best in slot.
I'm not saying you shouldn't take it.
Nobody wants that offhand? Or
That's
Kata
what I've been
Warrior
waiting
offhand?
for though for a long time.
Which piece did you replace that with? Like, what piece are you taking off?
The Bolt Blaster MK1 device. The reason that this is so much better
Oh,
is
yeah.
because it has power on it. And the Bolt Blaster
Oh,
is
I
crit
gotcha.
surge. This is power surge.
I don't think I'd be able to sacrifice the crit.
It's even better even if it's fucking 18 aim less.
If nobody
Because I
wants
don't-
You have an
there's
augment.
not an 18 augment in there yet. That's why.
if nobody wants that or
okay.
can use it, can I take that for Volterra?
Doesn't bother me. RE. Alright, sending the black hole legs to be RE'd.
I hate you, Soup. You could at least sent me a credit.